We are in July. We are over halfway through the year now. Things are going heating up, right? We've talked about the other day about the Sword and Shield era. We talked about the Scarlet and Violet era. But what are 5 great sealed products to pick up this month to invest in? Now, here's the thing, right? There are so many different choices right now, and we're kind of spoiled for choice because we're looking at Sword and Shield, and things are going crazy, right? We've seen the big boom happen at the beginning of the year with all of these booster boxes and these sets just go right up. And then we've started to see them now trickle back down and cool off a little bit. We've also then started to see Scarlet and Violet era booster boxes starting to trickle up, with lots of talks of reprints coming later on in the year for a whole bunch of sets from the Scarlet and Violet era. Whether or not they're going to come or not, we don't know. We don't know if they're going to, how big they're going to be, when it's going to be, but apparently it's going to happen, right? So that will affect some booster boxes. But then again, they're really cheap, so you're not going to lose out on much. But there are obviously other products as well outside of booster boxes which are very good to get right now. So we're going for TCG Player today at 5 great seal products to grab this month. Let's get into it. Right, first off we have the Paradox Rift booster box. I talked about Paradox Rift recently in a previous video, and you know, we're going through the Scarlet and Violet era, and I think the set is very, very strong. Of course, it is due to have a reprint. Whether or not it will, we don't know. It's not always guaranteed, but you would expect it to have one at some point within the next 6 to 12 months. And you know, Paradox Rift has the Groudon, which is doing incredibly well. You know, it was the first set to start bringing in the tougher pull rates in the Scarlet and Violet era. Has some beautiful illustration rares, beautiful special illustration rares, and overall it's doing relatively well, which is doing quite good. And on top of that, it's actually going up in price over the past year. So it hasn't been out that long, but we started to see the booster box actually start to rise. We go back to 6 months, we can get a better view. That is on the uptick. I mean, we're not talking crazy numbers here, of course, but it is going up pretty much across the board by maybe like 20%, which is actually pretty impressive. You know, for a Paradox Rift booster box right now. And of course, it could get reprinted. If it does get reprinted, then you look at what, 100 a box? You know, maybe 95. Not a big deal. It really isn't a big deal. And again, if it doesn't get reprinted, we're just going to see it keep climbing. Like Palais Revolt, for instance. We could start seeing it climbing. I'm not saying it will, but that is one thing you got to keep in mind. Now, over here in the UK, you could pick up Paradox Rift booster boxes for £9,500 quite comfortably, pretty much anywhere, even on eBay. So it is quite an easy set to get hold of. You know, crack packs, have fun. But I think right now it's a good one to keep sealed for that long term. I think it's one of the strongest sets released so far. Of course, a lot of the rumors and stuff that's going around of what's coming in the next year, it's going to heat up very quickly. But I do feel like Paradox Rift is a good one. All right, next up we have Crown Zenith ETB coming in at number 4. I really like Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith is one of these sets that's doing very well right now. It's the last of the Sword and Shield era, last of the yellow borders, and everybody loves this set. You know, the pull rates are fantastic of Crown Zenith. It's got some beautiful cards in it. You know, the Galarian Gallery is fantastic. You got the gold cards, the Mewtwo, you know, the Legendary Beast, Leafeon, Glaceon. There's just so much good stuff in this set. People love it, and people will love it in the future as well. This is going to be one of these sets looking back and people are like, you know what, I really want to open up some Crown Zenith, and that's going to help it. Of course, it is a holiday set, so no booster boxes, which does, you know, hurt a little bit. It got printed quite heavily, but it's doing relatively well. $50 right now, and it has actually gone up over the last 3 months. You know, it was sat around that $42, $43, and is now gaining about $10, which I know doesn't sound like much, but it's literally, it's a pretty decent jump, to be honest. And then we go back over the past year, you can really see that it's trying to get back up to where it was. Here was where the reprint happened, so it did actually start to get quite expensive right towards the summer of last year, and then they dumped a whole lot of ETBs, and as we can see, it went to as low as $38, and now it's climbing back up. It's getting harder and harder to get hold of. It's getting more and more expensive. A lot of people love Crown Zenith, and you know, $50 isn't that bad. We've seen holiday sets go for way more. You know, Celebrations is a prime example, another one from the Sword and Shield era. In Champion's Path is a really poor, you know, holiday set, you know, specialty set like Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith is way better. Champion's Path is over 100 in ETB. So yeah, Crown Zenith got some room to grow. This is just a regular one. Of course, you have the Pokemon Center one, which will do better, of course, but that's a lot more expensive and hard to get hold of. But yeah, Crown Zenith ETB, very good pickup. Right, then we're going from one holiday set to another very good holiday set Hidden Fates, ETB. It's been a while since I talked about Hidden Fates ETB. I used to talk about it all the time. And that is because it is a powerhouse set. It really is. And we'll see. We'll go through it, right? And I explain why. So it's $172 for Hidden Fates right now. You could be like, okay, well, if you look, Jace, over the past 3 months, it hasn't really done much. And even if we go back over the past 6 months, it's actually down from its highest over the past 6 months. But it did actually jump up prior to that. We go back over a year, and again, it hasn't really moved much. So why is it so good? That is because of the single pack prices of Hidden Fates. Right, so when we take a look at the single pack, loose pack prices of Hidden Fates, bear in mind, you can't get them in booster boxes. You can get them from ETBs, or tins. That's literally it, right? $21. You get 10 packs in ETB. Well, that's already $210, right? And we just looked here and it was like 170 something, right? You got the promo as well, which is going up in price. That goes for around about $15. So just in the packs alone and the promo, we're looking at what? $225? We're saving about $50 straight off the bat if you just buy the ETB, right? It's pretty wild. These booster packs have climbed a hell of a lot because they were in line with the ETB. They really were. They had a little bit of a jump there to go up to 20 and they went back to normal. But it is just gone crazy. It's kind of weird. I mean, Hidden Fates is a huge set, of course. But, $172. So, I mean, you would save $50 just by buying it. You get 50%, you get $50 more value for your money if you buy an ETB than buying the packs individually. That is bonkers. So yeah, Hidden Fates ETB is relatively good right now. I know that they're not growing much, but even if you just bought it, cracked it open and sold all the bits inside, you would make money. That's how crazy it is. Over here in the UK, you can still pick up Hidden Fates ETBs for a reasonably good price. So Hidden Fates ETBs, we have one here, £88, right, £3 postage. The one here, 120, but it does come with a fancy case. All right, fair enough. 110, best offer accepted. We're trying to see some more UK ones. 83 with £3 postage. 93 with £3 postage. We got any more? Sealed 95, sealed 95, sealed 95, 103. I mean, what's that, like £10 a pack? And 10, £11 at a push. And then when you start looking at things like, the promo as well, it's crazy. And then when we look at the loose booster packs over here in the UK, look, £13.50 plus £1.50 postage, so £15. We've got another one here, sealed, £13, right? £4.50 postage. Your 4 packs here, 45. That's a little bit more reasonable, right? Again, sold Hidden Fates pack, £16 sealed, £15 sealed. Wild, guys, absolutely wild. £13.75 sealed. We just looked at the ETB that you could pick up for £100, £10 a pack. Doesn't include, we're not including the promo here, but the promo is at least £10-15. So even if you say, all right, let's say I sell the promo for £10, right? Which is worth more than that, but let's say you say it for a tenner. You're looking at £90 for 10 packs. That's £9 a pack. We already seen on eBay it's selling for £13 to £15 a pack in some cases. It's just weird. To me, that's why it's on this list. After that craziness, in at number 2, we have Paldea Evolved Booster Box. I'm not going to keep, I kind of sound like I'm just beating the same drum over and over again, talking about Paldea Evolved. And it's kind of like when I go back to, looking back, and when I talked about Sword and Shield, 2 years ago, when I was talking about, everybody pick up Chill and Rain at 90 a box. People told me, Jace, you're chatting a load of crap. I'm not interested in buying Chill and Rain. It is a terrible set. It's wasting my money. I'm not buying it. And now everybody's like, please let me have some Chill and Rain. Yeah, it's crazy. Paldea Evolved is doing craziness right now. It is due to have a reprint, however, so you've got to keep an eye out and be careful. I mentioned in a previous video that, even if you bought it at 130, I still think you'd be doing okay. Here's the reason why. Let's say a reprint happened, you bought it at 130, it dropped to 100. Let's say, right? Let's say $100. Maybe even 95. We'll be super generous. Let's say it dropped to 95. Yeah, it would kind of suck. At that point, if you have the money, you can buy some more at a lower entry point. Cool. As we know, Paldea Evolved is at 130. So even if it bounced back up to where you once were, you're still doing relatively good if you bought the ones at 95 and 100 after the reprint. Let's say you bought it at 130 and the reprint didn't happen. It's only going to keep going up, right? It would go crazy. So I'm not saying that, you know, the best buy-in point is 130. I just think that it's just really, really good regardless. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not saying this is going to be like the next Evolving Skies. It's not. It's just a set that's doing very well, that people are really enjoying. People are starting to appreciate the set, and it's doing well. And that's one thing you've got to take into consideration. Over here in the UK, you can pick this up for, you know, £100 a box. And again, £100 a box for a set like Paldea Evolve or any Scarlet Viola set is a good buy-in point. And I do agree, it is very good. You got the Magikarp carrying the set. You got the Iono as well, doing very well. Boy T-Tar's doing well. There's loads of cards. You got the Raichu as well. There's loads of cards that are good cards, holding value, or even going up in value. Paldea Evolve is good. £100 here, $130. It's a good set in a number 2. And then finally, at number 1, we've got the Charizard UPC. This product is insanely worth it. Why? Because of the sets it contains. We've seen Sword and Shield sets become silly expensive, especially booster boxes. This is still, in my opinion, one of the best value boxes that you can buy for your money right now. It is crazy, and it has been dropping in value, right? So we look at $140 for a Charizard UPC. It did actually reach the highs of 165, so it started to come down a bit. So let's break it down, right? You get 16 packs in here, 3 of which are Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies on TCG Player at the moment is $12 a piece. Over here in the UK, it's a little bit more expensive. We're looking around about £14, give or take, for Evolving Skies. Also in there, you get 3 Brilliant Stars, 3 Astral Radiance, 2 Lost Origin, 3 Fusion Strike, and then 1 Darkness, 1 Vivid. I've opened up some that had no Darkness and no Vivid and just 5 Fusion Strike. So it does depend, I guess. But they do get the other set. You get the promos as well. The promos are actually going up in value. It's now like $30 or over $30 now for all 3. So that's been going up as well. So let's say you sold all of the promos, all the accessories, and it's $100 for the 16 packs. That's not bad. I know it sounds crazy, $100, I'm only getting 16 packs, but they're all Sword and Shield. They're all, pretty much every single set there is out of print, and you also have 3 Evolving Skies. That is insane. Like, that is just super, super good. You know, if you want to open or keep sealed, people will be, you know, hunting for this in the future because it has Evolving Skies in it. Just like you look in the Sun and Moon era and people were trying to find stuff that has Team Up in it or Cosmic Eclipse in it. You're going to get the same for people trying to hunt for Evolving Skies in the future, and this product's really good. Over here in the UK, this is about 110, so it's still under the retail price. I think the retail price is 120, so it still is under retail at 110, which again, I think is a very good price. I mean, it has gone up slightly, was around 100 in most places, and sometimes you see it on sale, but yeah, I get it. A lot of these were opened, a lot of these were sold, a lot of the cards in there were graded, the promos, but just the raw pack is going to be worth it in the long run. It's just such a good product. So you have it, guys. Those are 5 great seal products to pick up this month to invest in. Of course, there are a lot of other different options, but those are the ones I've just picked for this month. I think they're fantastic. I think they're very good. Other little ones you could mention would be like the 151 UPC, especially here in the UK at the moment, because you can get it on the Pokemon Center website with the Squirtle promo. But yeah, overall, I do think it's very good, of course. So that's one thing to take into consideration down the line. But then, of course, reprints could affect it as well. So we have to wait and see regarding the 151. But right now, I think these are very good. You could argue any Sword and Shield era booster boxes. I didn't want to include any in today's video just because it's kind of like, you know, beating a dead horse at this point. Astral Radiance is a good one if you do want to go for that one. Brilliant Stars is good. Lost Origin is dropping in value at the moment, so you could maybe pick that one up. So yeah, I mean, there's a whole load of good ones that you could get. There we have it. If you've made it far to the video and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button, make sure to subscribe for more Pokemon content. And guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. You know, is there any other options that we could be looking at getting this month? Let me know what your thoughts are, and if you can come up with some really cool ideas, I would love to know. So can other people. But if you watch more Pokemon content, make sure to click the video on the screen and hit that subscribe button. But that is it from me, guys, in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you guys are the legends, and I will see you in the next one.